But I'm guessing that this what you are doing inside is it's actually looks like, how does this 5 star looks like about 40,000 feet over in the sky? How does it look like, Marietta?
Okay. Well, in private aviation, the real work happens, before the client arrives.
Uh-huh.
You need to study what type of client is coming. If you work for a private owner and they have their own airplane, at the end, you know everything they like or the family likes or what kind of wine, all these things. But
Mhm.
preparing the cabin environment before the client, is a key. You need to know the lining, temperature, the scent, sound, if they like, getting to the airplane with music, if they don't like music during the flight. And you need to match the client preferences and you need to know all this before the client comes. So before the flight starts, there is like hours of preparation. You need to go shopping, the type of, or working with the catering, but you need to know what they like, what kind of food they like, if they have allergies, if they don't like fish. All these things you need to know before, to match the client preferences. So you need to understand also the cultural. If what kind of culture is your client, all these dietary needs and personal routines. So you need to coordinate catering, the plating, timing, and presentation because you are the entire, serving the fly. You have to platter if there is, you need to heat the food. You need to know how to show and have a nice presentation, and then you need to serve this food. So you need to have a plan B and always also a plan C because if something, is not well or it was broken during the transportation, you always need to have a backup. So I like, and basically in private aviation, when the passengers step on board, everything should feel effortless, seamless, and natural. If the passenger, your client is noticing that is too much effort in doing something, is because something is gone wrong. So you need to be very prepared before flight. It's not
Mhm.
only the service in flight. Five-star service in private aviation is not about visible luxury. It's about flawless execution. And when it's done correctly, the client experiences a sense of ease and continuity. Nothing
Mhm.
feels like rush, force, or improvised. Everything should be well organized. You know, I remember one time, what client tells you, everything felt effortless, and this is the best compliment that you can get from a client.
Mhm. Mhm.
I have let me give you a real example about this. I have once a client that who boarded the aircraft visibly exhausted. He didn't ask for anything, no drink, no food, no conversation. And what he didn't know was that before he arrived, the cabin had already been adjusted for him. The lighting was softened, the temperature was lowered slightly, and I delayed the service on purpose because I saw that he was exhausted. So when someone is exhausted, is not hungry, he wants to rest.
Yes.
So I delayed the service, no questions, no pressure. And, I was just only offering a little bit of water, but silently, creating that calm environment on the cabin. And halfway through the flight, he said to me, this is exactly what I need. And I didn't even know, you know, he, and this is the five-star service. Anticipating without asking is so important in this business. And
Mhm.
and that's when I realized, luxury isn't about giving more or
Yes.
asking for more or do you like this? Do you want some water? What can I offer you? It's about understanding sooner what
Mhm.
your client needs.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Fantastic.
Thank
Fantastic.
you.